At the very early time of 8 a.m. in the UK, Alpha Tauri launched their AT02, their challenger for 2021. On first thoughts, I like it. I like the inclusion of more navy. Blue is one of my favourite colours. I'm currently wearing a blue jumper in real life. I like blue, and I like the shade of blue. Obviously, there are the render shots you're seeing around the edge of the screen they're more washed out than real life, so it's darker blue in real life, and I like it. What do you think of it, Dylan?
I think it looks a lot better than last year. They've always done a good job ever since they started in the sport, and I think it looks very nice with the navy and a bit of white at the bottom.
I'd agree with you there. The Toro Rosso liveries, I was always a fan of those as well. I just think it's a good evolution. As I said, I prefer colours other than white. I think just putting too much white on your livery like they did in 2020. I like that livery, don't get me wrong, and I like the matte colours. Matte colours for me are always a good choice, but more blue rather than white, it just makes it stand out a bit more, and it doesn't show the dirt, and I think that is actually quite important when you're driving around the track. So I think that they've done well. They've got white rims as well. I wouldn't have gone for that, but it complements it quite well. I haven't noticed it and said, don't like that. Do you like the white rims, Dylan?
Yeah, they look quite nice. It stands out a bit more, I think. It's different. I've never seen a different colour for the rims before. So I think it looks quite good.
I can't remember any. I agree with you there. I can't remember any rims that stand out to me in the past. I think they've all just been like silver or something very, very standard. But yeah, good evolution. It's the AT02, so it's a lot more of an evolution than the McLaren, which was pretty much the same. Some people dislike it, but I think we are unanimous in saying that it's a good car. I think it's going to look good on the track, don't you, Dylan?
Yeah, I think it will stand out from the other cars, apart from maybe the McLarens, that's bright orange, but it still might stand out.
I think it's when you see that going past, you're going to think, oh, that looked cool. I mean, if you're standing there in real life, it might be a bit quick, but anyway, getting sidetracked. So it's time for a comparison, a bit more to talk about comparison-wise to the McLaren itself. So obviously we've got a big change in colour, so you can see that especially especially on the front wing and the nose, but aerodynamically, if we're going to go into a bit more of a technical thing, obviously we've got those tapered in floor, don't we, Dylan? That's 2021 regulations.
New regulations.
The barge board design, it's slightly longer, isn't it? The blue, if you look at the blue barge board on the 2021, the side profile, we'll put an arrow pointing to it for you. It's slightly longer, so that's I think that's a copy of Red Bull. Red Bull doing this sort of thing recently, so that's interesting. That they're trying to bridge the gap to Red Bull. They've said they may like them to become an equal sister team, which is why Gasly is there to help to take a leadership role at Alpha Tauri. So there's a bit of aerodynamic change there. Obviously, development is frozen. The chassis are frozen, aren't they, Dylan? That's just
nothing much that can be changed.
No, it's a pretty unique situation we're in this year. So obviously, not much can be changed. We're in kind of like a transition period between old regulations and new, which hopefully will be coming next year. They've done a little bit of restyling with the nose. You can see that at the bottom of the nose, there's quite a big gap between where the nose ends and the front wing starts. That's to channel air under the car to create as much ground effect as they can to push air into the diffuser. There is a bit of change on the suspension, I think. I can't see very much change, but I think if you looked at it in more detail in real life, there will be some change on the suspension to accommodate for the slight change in nose. It's become slightly narrower, hasn't it, Dylan? It's kind of curved in then out.
It's gone a bit more narrow than it was last year, so it's changed a bit.
So the teams could change some things. They had like a token system where they could basically, from what I understand, change some bits, but not others. And it looks like they've put a lot of their work into the front of the car. The side pods, shape-wise, they are pretty much the same because they've got that Honda power unit, so packaging isn't going to be an issue. And rear wing, there's I think another a bit sticking out on the 2020. If you're looking down, there is another part of the 2020 which isn't there on 2021. So a couple of small evolutions, but that is to be expected, isn't it, Dylan? Yeah. Yeah, they've changed slightly. Obviously, we've got that tapered in, which is it's actually gonna affect them more than you think. Downforce wise, isn't it? It's gonna take quite a lot away.
It's going to take it less downforce away, and they're going to have to try and find a way to get it all back again.
Yeah, I think they were saying about 2019 speed, sort of, at the start of the season.
Not too much slower.
That sort of speed. Not too much slower, but about the 2019 speeds, because the cars are getting almost to the point where they're too too powerful for the tracks. The tracks are a bit small for them. Like Monaco, that is a whole video we could discuss another time. But yeah, they've got that Honda power unit, unlike McLaren, which has a new power unit, the Mercedes from the Renault in 2020. They've still got the Honda, but Honda have given them some upgrades because they're leaving the sport at the end of this year. Red Bull's taking their power unit program on. Power unit development is actually frozen until, I think, 2025. So that's a major step for Red Bull. So they'll be basically making power units in-house. But the upgrades Honda were planning for 2022 have now been brought forward to 2021. So hopefully Alpha Tauri will be able to make some progress with that and feel that Honda power unit working its magic for its last time in Formula One, because Honda are leaving, and I think are Alpha Tauri getting Red Bull's engines as they're taking it over as well, Dylan?
They might do as the sister team. They might take over the engine, but I don't know.
Yeah, that would make sense to me. I don't know. I haven't seen any confirmation of that, but as we've said, the livery is the main big change. Other than that, there is not much of a change. That's what it's going to be like in the entirety of 2021. The livery is the biggest change. But another thing, driver lineup and driver suits. So we got Yuki Tsunoda, a man who, Dylan, it's time to bring back Ed's interesting fact. We haven't had this for about 2 months. There you go. You've all missed it, haven't you? Yeah, Yuki Tsunoda, everyone says he's small. He's 5'2". He's that small. I think that's like nearly... Yeah, that's a whole foot smaller than us, nearly, isn't it, Dylan? So yeah, he's tiny for a 20-year-old. 152 centimetres, if you want that put into to perspective. Anyway, back with the suits. What do you think of the suits, Dylan?
I think they look alright. They haven't changed much from last year. I think they could maybe put more navy in, as the car is mainly navy, but I still think it looks quite good.
Yeah, I quite like the... I'm not an artist. The diagonal bit. Is that what you call it?
I don't know.
And I like the name going up. You can tell this is not our speciality design work. But yeah, we both said we like it. And in those pictures of them seeing it in real life, I think that's on the 2020 car, actually. It looks nice and matte, doesn't it, Dylan?
Yeah, it does look very nice. I like it a lot. It's definitely probably one of my favourite liveries.
And I might go as far as to say, I'm going to say now, best livery of the 2021 grid, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else will change drastically. I think this will definitely be the best.
I mean, we're going to get the Red Bulls, and then we're going to have to say, well, it's been the same since about 2015 with the Red Bulls. So
yep.
It's nice, but not much to change. And that's an interesting quote from Franz Tost there. They want to be at the top of the midfield. Whether they can do that in our predictions, we didn't think so. But we'll have to find out. Join us next time for the next of the car reveals. That's Alfa Romeo next, isn't it? The next Alpha, Dylan.
Yes, 22nd of February. Yes,
yeah,
I believe so.
Monday. So join us for that one. We'll bring you content on that as soon as we can. But for now, I've been Ed.
And I've been Dylan. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.